Welcome back to the TYSK report. This is MMC, and I will be bringing you some great news that I have on the docket. So let's dive into it. In the first lineup of news, we have Volvo will make its latest diesel car in 2024. Let's take a quick moment of silence for Volvo diesel cars. Now, as far back as 2017, Volvo indicated it will wrap up production of diesel cars by around now. A few years later, Volvo came out with a more ambitious goal, pledging to exclusively sell electric vehicles by 2030. And just to take you back down memory lane, this is related to President Biden's goal of having 50% of all new vehicle sales be electric by 2030, and it's to support America's historic transition to electric vehicles under the EV Acceleration Challenge. So only 4 years ago, the diesel engine was our bread and butter in Europe, Volvo said. Tesla's early focus on electric vehicles and the 2015 VW emissions scandal known as Dieselgate were two key factors driving Volvo and other automakers towards this conclusion. And Volvo's former CEO said back in 2017, "We have to recognize that Tesla has managed to offer such a car for which people are lining up." And of course, the CEO was right, because when you look right here, it shows that the Tesla Model Y became the best-selling battery electric car model in the United States back in 2022. So this is just another reminder that EVs are on the rise, they're on the way, and they are slowly getting rid of diesel vehicles. You may continue to see all these diesel vehicles out on the road, on the highways, but they're moving along with this electric vehicle stampede that's going to be coming in the future. And if you don't think that it is coming, the next news that we have up is another company who had to get down or lay down because Tesla has such a Thanos hold on the EV market. Jaguar jetsons CCS charger plug, negotiates Tesla supercharger access. On Thursday, Jaguar announced that it's the latest automaker to decide to change its charger plugs on its battery electric vehicles to the Tesla style NACS port, securing all important access to Tesla's supercharger network in the process. So again, this is just another company who sees the writing on the wall and is going to eventually have to integrate itself into Tesla's supercharger network, but is also on the verge of beginning to work on their electric vehicle fleet for their company. So this is just another company showing you what's ahead, and this is just something to look out for. Now, to continue on with Elon Musk dominating companies, we have up next Neuralink. Neuralink is recruiting subjects for the first human trial of its brain-computer interface. The study will take 6 years and is looking for people with quadriplegia to test the whole Neuralink system. The 6-year initial trial is intended to test Neuralink tech designed to help those with paralysis control devices. The company is looking for people with quadriplegia due to vertical spinal cord injury, or ALS, who are over the age of 22 and have a consistent and reliable caregiver to be part of the study. Now, the PRIME study is set to research 3 things at once. The first is the N1 implant, Neuralink's brain-computer device. The second is the R1 robot, the surgical robot that actually implants the device. The third is the N1 user app, the software that connects the N1 and translates brain signals into computer actions. Neuralink says it's planning to test both the safety and efficacy of all 3 parts of the system. This is just something to keep inside your mind. Of course, we see that the trials are happening and related to not the majority population, but who knows what's going to happen later on down the road. So you don't have to worry about brain implants at this moment, but be on the lookout in the future, because you never know what's going to happen next when it comes to Elon Musk and his companies. Moving right along, we have one of my favorite companies that I've been getting to learn more about, Cruise. And let's cruise along to this news. Cruise would join the call to ban human drivers in city centers, says CEO. Cruise co-founder and CEO Kyle Volk posed a controversial question at TechCrunch Disrupt 2023. At what point Does it still make sense to have human driven cars in cities? Autonomous vehicles decrease in cost, they continue to improve their safety performance, they get much better at adapting in ways that cities find agreeable and preferable, and you see more pooled rides. The question will be, do we want as many human driver cars on our roads? Said Volk. And like, at what point does it make sense? Volk sketched out a future in which city residents and community members one day stand up to oppose the presence of human driven vehicles, particularly in urban centers with high pedestrian density. Cruz said vehicles get into 75% fewer collisions that could cause injuries, a statistic that will only improve over the years. Cruise's vision is to scale its robotaxi service via a fleet of Origins, a custom vehicle that's built without steering wheel or pedals and with 6 seats that face each other to make pulled rides easier. Fox says by pulling rides, cities can actually decrease the number of vehicles on roads, thus helping to alleviate traffic. So, pretty much what I got from that is Cruise saying human drivers need to get up out the way. Let's go ahead and get these autonomous vehicles rolling because obviously you're going to be a lot safer in these autonomous vehicles. So I'm not even sure what to think about this. It's a very interesting thing that's happening out on the West Coast with these autonomous vehicles rolling around in the streets. So I wonder, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think, A, people are going to see the vision that CEO Volk has and let these autonomous vehicles continue to grow and expand in their states and cities? Or B, do you think the people are going to have an uprising and say, no, we're not interested in this, nothing's wrong with what we're doing in the urban city centers, we just need to slow down? So I'm not even sure. What do you think? Moving right along in the innovation and growth of robots, we have a company called Diligent. Diligent raises 25 million to triple its nursing robots reach. The pandemic had a profound impact on countless careers, but few jobs were hit quite like nursing. As hospitals overflowed, staff was forced to take on impossible long shifts, risking their own health in the process. In many ways, it was the perfect environment to introduce a robot like Diligent's Moxie, a system designed to offer a couple of helping hands to overworked healthcare providers. Today, hospitals are still in crisis mode as healthcare worker turnover and burnout are at an all time high. Every hospital system we have talked to, especially this year, is looking to reinvent their workforce and agree it will need to look different in the future. And this was stated by CEO Andrea Tomas. And in addition to that, Diligent expects to have north of 100 Moxie units deployed across 22 hospitals in the US by the end of the year. So as you can see, this is another company. In a previous video, I talked about a company called Agility Robotics and how they were building out their digits. And these robots are going to be helping out and growing in warehouses. With this company, Diligent, they're going to be putting robots to help out in hospitals. So the robot revolution is continuing to grow. And again, as I previously stated, this is what's going on right now. I believe these robots can find a way, or they're going to find a way to make them a lot better. So 2 to 5 to 10 years from now, we can see these robots being the new workers or the new workforce that's going to be working in all these different jobs that humans have had to do a lot of labor for. So, again, I'm still thinking about how much that's going to affect the human population and what's going to come of it. So, as always, this is something to think about. This is something to be at the forefront of and to constantly keep on your mind so you're not affected by it. So, there's always something interesting happening in the world of tech, and there was an event that started today, which is the first Metaverse Architecture Biennale Presence of the Future. And with this event, it is the biggest global architectural event in the metaverse, and it is focused on architecture and design. So if you have a little time on your hands and you just want to spend a little bit of time exploring the metaverse, or if you haven't explored the metaverse, this is a perfect opportunity for you to just get front seat into something that's different, explore, walk around, look at these different architectural designs. If you can see here, I have a few photos to where I was walking around different architectural designs, and they look amazing. They are colorful, they look beautiful, so definitely check them out when you get some time. This was great as always. I'm glad I was able to bring you this news, and stay connected, stay curious, and don't miss out on the next report on the things you should know that are happening in the world of technology.